Now your True View weather on the 3s.
Temperatures across Acadiana are starting out in the 70s and low 80s. Looks like we might see another round of severe weather across portions of the Midwest, and it looks like those heavy thunderstorms that we saw yesterday are starting to redevelop now across the nation's midsection, and this area that's shaded in red is under a high risk for severe weather today. Temperatures later this afternoon should climb close to 90 degrees with winds out of the south at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Of course, we're still watching the rivers upstream on the Atchafalaya at Simmsport and Melville, as well as Krotz Springs. We're already seeing the river cresting, and it's probably going to hold at the current levels for at least the next week or so. Now, some of the Morganza flooding is spilling southward across the eastern part of the Atchafalaya Basin, generally from the Whiskey Bay Pilot Channel over toward the eastern levee. Between the Whiskey Bay and the Atchafalaya River, still some very high waters, but still below flood stage, at least at Butte La Rose. Then west of the protection levee between the Atchafalaya River and the levee there around Henderson, the western Atchafalaya levee, really not as much flooding there, but as the waters continue to spill in from the Morganza and flood at least the southern sections and in the lower elevation areas, we'll eventually see those waters backing off toward the west into the higher elevations as well. But Morgan City has now reached 9.5 feet, expected to crest at 11. They're within a foot of the all-time record. 79 degrees the current temperature with hazy sunshine. Mid-70s elsewhere across Acadiana with 74 in Ville Platte and 76 this morning over in Melville. Looking at the national picture, the storm track remaining across the nation's midsection. Another round of severe weather expected over the areas of Kansas and eastern parts of Oklahoma, while here at home, ridge of high pressure in the mid and upper levels, keeping a lid on things. So even with some good daytime heating, it's going to be hard to get the atmosphere to lift and get into the cooler air that's farther up in the atmosphere to get any showers and thunderstorms going. So we're going to stay relatively dry for the next few days. 79 the current temperature, expected to go into the upper 80s as early as midday. Heat index today will probably climb to around 95 degrees with an actual temperature around 89. A mix of clouds and stars overnight tonight. Temperatures falling back into the 70s. And it looks like hot and humid weather sticking around for Wednesday. We'll see highs again close to 90 degrees. Might see a stray shower or thunderstorm popping up into Thursday afternoon. 89 today with a south wind at 15. Tonight back into the mid-70s. 91 tomorrow. 88 Thursday with a slight chance for an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. Hazy, hot, humid over the weekend. Not much rain expected. Highs near 90 with overnight lows in the 70s. Right now, it's 79 degrees.